Welcome, purveyors of the cardboard arts. We're so thrilled to have you together with us through our journey through the world of Magic the Gathering. I don't know why I said it like that. You're watching / listening to the Cozy Magic Podcast, the coziest magic podcast around. I am one of your hosts, and I'm trading in my cards for store credit to buy more singles. Nigel.
Hello, and I am one of your other guest hosts, and I'm still looking for friends to play Standard with, Casa.
Yeah, Casa's back with us, and you're still playing Standard. Are you building paper decks? Or are you playing
Yeah,
Arena?
I'm slowly building paper decks. I am broke,
Nice.
so I am slowly stealing cards from people, but yeah, I do
Why
have
you
one.
never play Arena with me, man?
I play heaps of Arena. You can come invest me.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of decks.
Let's go.
All right, cool.
Sideboard against you
Yeah.
and everything.
all right.
What is your main not to like metagame against you?
Gruul
but like,
aggro, which
Yeah,
Slick Shot
nice.
Show Off. And I've just got
So
like a
nice.
mono black like value deck, like
Yeah,
Shoulder
nice.
Necro Dominance, but like stuff like that. you know?
yeah. I play mostly like the one deck I most play is like a Orzhov sort of list. The main card there is Lord Skitter.
Oh, let's get his blessing.
No, just Lord Skitter himself.
Oh yeah, nice.
So you just like create like tokens every turn.
Yeah.
Exile graveyards, which
Yeah.
is very relevant in Standard at the moment. And then Tarian's Journal, which like you can sack a creature for card draw.
Yeah,
And then
cool.
I just play a lot of like Orzhov sort of like flashback spells.
Yeah, cool.
And just like even if they want for 1 me, I've got like Thing in the Graveyard card. So yeah, we'll play one of these
Nice,
days.
yeah,
Yeah.
alright.
But today we are actually gonna do a whole sort of episode of cards with fun pop culture references, which Casa is very excited to talk
Yes.
about, and I thought this would be a great sort of opportunity to do it because Ruby's still not here. But first, what's going on in your life, my friend? Apart from playing Standard.
I'm going to Sydney. Well, this will be after we go, but I'm
Yeah.
going to Sydney next week for Command Fest, which I'm very excited for. Usually Command Fest is in Melbourne. It's in Coburg.
Yeah.
And it's Coburg Town Hall, I think it is.
Yes, normally because I
and
went last year.
I've
Yeah.
never been interested in Magic, so I've never had the opportunity to go, and now I am, and it's in Sydney. So I'm going to Sydney for it. But we're going up with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
I'm so jealous because Ruby got to go to Amsterdam with a bunch of our friends. Now you're going with
Yeah.
more of our friends to Command
You know,
Fest.
some of them are flying from Amsterdam straight to Sydney for
Oh,
Command
really?
Fest. Yeah, and we're meeting them there. I can't believe it.
Oh,
But I'm actually
That's kinda cool.
We got a Command Fest. I'm more excited for the tournaments. Like I want to play
Yeah.
limited.
mystery
Mystery
yeah,
Sealed,
yeah.
limited. I think they're doing Modern Horizon 3 drafts. And so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck yeah, like that's what I want to do. I have to bleep that now.
I'll first bleed.
Yeah.
Cozy.
But yeah, I'm very, very excited for that. I kind of just want to.
I get that,
I want
though.
to get my competitive itch out. Like Commander's fun, but I'm obviously only going to play Commander with our friends.
Correct.
I can play that whenever. So
I sort of get that, especially if you're going
Yeah.
to Sydney all the way. Like, again, you could play Commander.
Yeah,
That's not really
exactly,
what you're
yeah.
there for.
Yeah.
So if there's good games or any other organizers want to do more like events like this,
Yes.
we love that stuff. And I think they want to alternate between Melbourne and Sydney every
Yeah,
year.
yeah, I
So
heard that too.
2025, hopefully.
yeah, back to
We'll do
Coburg.
something. But look, if you were at Command Fest again at time of recording, we're not there yet, but you will have listened to this after that. Hopefully you got to engage with us. We're going to have, I think I'll give you some QR codes to sort of scan,
Yeah.
then we'll just come and say hello, and hopefully you know us from there. That'd be cool.
What about you? I've seen you've been playing a new game.
Yeah, I've been playing. It's not really new actually. I'm just sort of like getting back into it. So a little bit like Slay the Spire. I'm
Yeah.
like, I've got like a billion Steam games. I don't
Yeah.
want to buy. I shouldn't buy Elden Ring, even though I really want.
You got to
to
get Elden Ring. You actually have to get Elden Ring.
But the thing is, like, it's just another game that I don't need to play now.
You need to play Elden Ring.
We're not right now because the new DLCs come out too,
Yeah,
and everyone's
it's
sort of
really
talking
good.
about it. But I'm playing BattleTech now,
Yep.
which is I don't know if you're familiar at all.
I've seen it
Yeah.
on Steam page. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you build like a lance, which is like 4 mechs, and then you go and do like missions and stuff. But what's really cool is like you can edit you can customize the mechs as much as you want.
Yeah.
So you can put them like a bunch of lasers. You can put them a bunch of like autocannons or like missiles. But the thing is like then you have to manage like the weight. If you put like a lot of weight, if you put a lot of things on, then you can't put in a lot of armor. You have to manage the heat.
Yeah.
You can put the weapons in like different parts of the body. So it's got like left arm, left torso, center, each leg, head, which is like harder to hit, like snipers and things
Yeah.
like that. So if you blow one, like let's say you blow the right torso off, the right arm falls off, and anything equipped here is gone.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's really, really fun. Really, really fun. So I'm really getting into that. Bought more DLC, which again, it's the Steam summer sale
Yeah.
now, so it's half price. But yeah, I've been doing a little bit of that.
Yeah,
so
nice.
trying to, apart from like arena grind and all of that. Yeah.
Nice.
And just lots of Magic content for all of our viewers and listeners out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, time to our favorite
time.
part. Casa gets the cracker pack for the first time. What do we got?
We have Phyrexia all be one.
Yeah.
What are the big hits? You can get Elish Norn,
Elish Norn. I think Mondrak is the biggest. hit.
Mondrak. I got the last pack of this I opened. I got Mondrak.
Okay.
Just saying. I put
Make
it in
it
my
2 for 2?
I put it in my Mr. House deck.
Oh,
So,
gross. And
it's
like any
great
of the
in that.
dominances, you'll be happy.
Still
Any
good,
of the,
All right.
You know?
I'm just gonna go through the comments. I'm not reading these out unless there's an interesting one.
yeah,
All right.
a really crackable set. This one, even for a draft booster.
That's two comments. Oh, Sheldra's Edict.
That's
Great-
450.
Great
That's
Nadu
450.
counter. Great Nadu counter.
I was saying in our Discord, like play Edict. It's fine.
All right. Oh, we didn't get. This is what's Norn's Wellspring. It's a rare.
Whenever
a creature you control.
it's a 1 white artifact.
Yep.
It's whenever a creature you control dies, put an all counter and scry 1. You
Yeah.
can 1 and a white, remove 2 all counters to draw a card.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad for limited. Not bad.
Yeah,
We
it's
got
good
the-
for limited,
the
but
nice
it's pretty.
planes.
It's pretty meh.
That's it.
Yeah, Children's Evic's worth more than that.
Yeah. Good removal. Good removal. That's
Yeah,
why.
not bad, not bad, not bad. Like it's always exciting to crack. Alrighty, so again, our main topic of today is cards with fun, pop culture references.
Yep.
If you don't already follow Casa MTG on YouTube, why? What are you doing with your life? But Casa is the expert, and like that's your sort of you're expert in it because you're interested in it.
Yeah.
right?
It's my niche now.
Yeah, everyone likes, Commander. Some people are really good into art, history of cards, lore, that your pop culture, which is
Yeah.
like your thing. So I thought it'd be like great for you to come on and talk about that and lead this episode.
Yeah, I was like, I always like Ristic Studies and like Spice 8 Rack. They're people that like I
was
really
gonna
look up
say.
to, right? Like
Yeah.
they do very big deep dives, especially on like art and stuff like that. But I don't feel like I'm as intelligent as them. So pop culture's
Sure,
easy
yeah.
because I've watched like they're very like literature based. I'm
Yes.
more like movies, like a lot of media based. So I'm like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I love movies. I love the type of content that they do. So it's like
Yeah.
I want to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
About stuff that I'm passionate about, and like whether or not it's like the most intellectual thing, even if it's just funny, like I don't care.
Doesn't matter. Like you don't have to be intellectual to be interesting.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
And that's really what I've
Yeah.
gone for at least. And I do study pop culture at uni. So
Yeah, again, it sort of ties into it as well.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll have at the end of next year, I'll have a degree in media communications, which is hilarious to me. But I do have a minor on pop culture studies.
Oh, that's actually, you can actually minor in pop culture.
So I have that.
Wow.
I thought it was really interesting because like I think the important thing and like the misconception people have about popular culture is that it's not just like physical things. It's not just like movies or TV shows, fashion, stuff like that.
People associate it with that, though.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I mean?
like those sort of things are definitely what like is like a physical representation of what popular culture is. But what pop culture actually is like the societal behaviors and like what impacts that. It's
Yeah.
not just like these things. It's also like, you know, what people believe in at the time, what people's values are and stuff like that. I wrote this down as well just because I knew I was going to forget. But like it's all around us. It shapes the way that like society engages with like the mediums around them and like how it impacts culture. And then stuff like movies and television are what projects that, is what reflects it.
I think so,
at
yeah.
the time. And like if you watch an old movie, like, oh, what an old movie. Oh, that's out of date. Oh, that's a bit like, you know, not appropriate now, but like that was the product of its time, and that's what popular culture is.
Yeah.
And like popular culture now is like the product of the time is like what we're living in. So yeah. It's
Well,
really
correct. I mean,
interesting.
like, again, pop culture is short again for popular culture, right?
Yeah.
It's whatever is the culture at the time, you know? Back in the day, I don't know, I'm struggling to think what like something back in the day. I think something even like really small, like how do you hold your phone? Like how would you, some people hold
yeah,
their
people
phone like
do
this.
this or this. Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, I do this, right?
Yeah.
But I've never had a phone like this. Like my first phone
Yeah,
was an
gotcha.
iPhone, right? So
Yeah, gotcha.
it was like this.
Okay,
but
so when you were growing up, did you ever have a phone like with like a...
never, right?
Really?
But I grew up watching and like seeing people on television
Yeah.
take the phone like this.
So when
So-
did you have a phone at home? It was just like a cordless phone. like,
Yeah, we'd had like a cordless phone.
Yeah.
And like we had Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Like it was
Yeah,
all
yeah,
just
yeah.
directed like
Forget how young
average,
you are
right?
sometimes.
Yeah, it was the same, right? Where
But there you go. Like it's a pretty poor like...
it's the same with cameras. Like if I ask my little sister how they take a photo, they'll pull out their phone and go like this, right? Where it's like, you ask someone to take a photo, you go like this. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's the same thing.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, it's just a product of their time.
Yeah, and of course, like Magic is a very, very popular sort of. I like to say it's popular. That's why we think.
Yeah.
That's why we love it, right? And it's been around for 31, 32.
Yeah, 32 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Of course, there's a lot of inspiration from like fantasy and things like that. But again, we spoke about Duskmourn before.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is now part of it, which is I think a lot of fantasy draws inspiration from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just part of the popular culture. So it's impossible to not find relations, but then there's also direct nods to it, which I'm sure you're very interested about.
I think one of the most exciting things about Magic the Gathering to me is it's similar to World of Warcraft. I always use this comparison where it was a game that's so old now, and same Magic is so old now, and it's evolved over time, but its older iterations of itself still exist and can still be played. It can still be purchased, whatever, right? And they all live together. Like World of Warcraft, if you go to the original zones, the graphic quality is lower than if you go to the new zones where the graphic quality is higher.
Even still now.
Yeah, like that doesn't update.
Right.
Like it stays as a product of its time. But like you get an old item and it's like, oh, this is oh my god, why is this so low res? Same with Magic. Like, oh, you get a really old card, you're like, oh, why is this so shit? Or like,
why the templating on this is garbage. Yeah, like, what
why
does
does
it even mean?
look like this?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, why is it worded? And like the reserve list, right? Where it's like an archive, but it's not being archived. Like the reserve list,
no, you can still play it.
It's still playable. Yeah. It's still like exciting. It still lives with all the other stuff, which is why it's so cool.
Yeah, and they're like, we're not the reserve list for those of you who aren't aware. It's like we're not printing this or functionally reprint this ever again. They're unique. We're going to preserve that.
Yeah.
So again, product of its time. Perfect.
Yeah, which is really
cool. So what are we doing today, Cass?
All right, I've collected a few cards today on my iPad, and I'm going to quiz you.
Here we go.
I've written the answers on my phone.
Yeah. We don't want Modern Horizons 2 Esper Sentinel mock-up to happen again.
I don't think they're that hard.
Okay.
But there's some...
I won't have like all the answers, right? You'll probably have more context than I will.
I don't think they're that hard, but these are only the ones that I have. There's definitely more that I've missed, but I'm going to give you the iPad. Okay. And I'm also going to put the images up.
Yeah. Here. So if you can watch this episode, visually rather than audioly, is that a word? Audio.
Yeah.
If you can watch it instead of listening to it, that's what I would recommend, because I'm going to be looking at the iPad over here. Kind of small here, but
it'll be up here.
We just pop it up there. So, all right, let's just get started. I'm going to put my iPad to the side.
The first card is Shark Typhoon.
Yes, I'm looking at that one now. It's not Sharknado, is it?
It is.
Yeah, Sharknado. Yeah. What is Sharknado? It's a movie?
It's a movie. Okay. It's a series now. I think there's like 4. I think it's like 6. There's a lot. There's a lot of them.
Because I've definitely heard the phrase Sharknado. I don't know what it is, but people have told me Sharknado. Ha ha ha. I'm like,
it's exactly what you think it is.
A tornado or sharks? Like,
that's exactly what you think it is.
What is going on?
I remember the original part of the movie is just like there's a tornado that comes from the ocean. Okay. And it's got sharks in the tornado, and then like the sharks will come flying out. Just
so is a typhoon like a tornado with water?
Yeah, pretty much.
It is, right? So the whole basis of the movie is run away from the sharks that are on land now?
Yeah, because they come flying out of the tornado. They get flung out.
But they're on land now, so they can't. I just like.
No, but they like flop and like I remember. I'm pretty sure like it's like flooded, or there's like a tsunami as well. There's something, right? But it makes them much scarier, right? And I think it's hilarious. Like if you compare that to like a movie like Jaws.
Jaws is so much more menacing.
Jaws is iconic for being like the shark film. And like, then there's Sharknado. You know what I mean?
It's okay. Is it a comedy or is it like a horror?
No, it's a satire. It's comedy.
Okay, it is. Okay,
but it's like a weird like comedy, almost like horror.
Look at the shark in the art, like the one that's just like a hammerhead is just
but it's great. It's great. It's hilarious. And
incredible. This is a good card, by the way.
Oh, it's in the
it's in the pre-con.
Is it not the Nelly Borka?
No, it's the red-blue pre-con.
Yeah, I forgot what the commander's called, but it's in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm glad they reprinted it. It's very funny.
All right,
it's very funny.
You ready for the next one?
All right, it is Orcish Settlers, which is a one. Okay. It's that painting of the farmer.
It is.
What's it called?
It's called American Gothic. Very famous painting from the 1930s.
Yeah.
Which was also at the time not really a satire, but like a critique of like American rural like living. Yeah.
How so?
So like people at the time found it like really upsetting or offensive because it poked at like the way that they lived, and at the time when like before art was like fun, before like Andy Warhol and stuff, it was like
Oh, art was serious,
Art was very serious, right? Art was
Gotcha.
very. If it
If you
depicted
had art,
real
you
life,
had means or whatever. Like
yeah, exactly. And if it was depicting real life, it was to depict it, accurately or whatever, right?
Right.
But then, yeah, it's like very satire. They're very upset in the photo.
Yeah. You
They're
obviously
very
post
grumpy.
both the original
Yeah,
and the.
I'll definitely put it up. But yeah, it was by Grant Wood in the 1930s, as I said. And yeah, it really like depicted the stereotype at the time.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting to look at because like you wouldn't think a photo like that causes like controversy.
No,
but
I
it
mean,
does.
like again, like it was the popular culture at the time. It wasn't popular culture at the time, right? It sort of changed the perception of
yeah, exactly.
of art, right? Because like I think art now could be it's anything, right?
Art is anything
If you
then,
build
but-
like art out of trash back in 1930, people would be like, "Why are you mocking?" You
Yeah.
know, burn you like the orchestras are burning the village or something.
Yeah. There's actually another card as well. I forgot I think it's called Rodden Reunion, but there's two cards which depict the same piece of art.
Like this
Yeah.
one. Oh, okay.
But yeah, at the time, like art was very like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, art was physical, like
Okay.
obviously like you wouldn't see art anywhere else at the time. It was mostly physical. It was mostly on
When
paper.
when you say you wouldn't see art anywhere
like
else,
if you
what
want
do
to see art, you have to go to a gallery. Now I can
Gotcha,
go on my
gotcha.
phone and look at art.
Sure.
you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay. Gotcha.
So like,
Gotcha.
in order to like being
In
able
person.
to even consume or like visualize that piece, you have to get out of your house. You have to buy a ticket to the gallery or
Yeah.
wherever it was, right? And that whole like the whole like motives towards seeing art was different. And then so people see this and like, I don't like this, and they write about it or whatever. they did back then.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. There you go. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
Next one's a bit of a fun one.
Grave
Bramble. There's a clue on the card to tell you where it's from.
It's Jumpstart.
No. It's the protection.
Oh, protection from zombie.
That's the clue.
This is Plants vs Zombies.
Yep. it's the bramble plant. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, Plants vs Zombies.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Nature abhors a zombie.
Yep.
Did you play a lot of Plants vs Zombies?
One of my favorite.
Really?
games,
Because this zombies came out a
Long time ago.
long time ago. You were probably
It was like one of my I played it on like my Windows XP computer. Like it was one of my first games.
yeah. I played it on I played it on my PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was 15 maybe. So you probably like
I was probably like
9,
6 or 7. Yeah.
6. Yeah. 9, 6 is a lot, but like, oh, that's very cute. Plant protection from zombies.
Yeah, I think that's a cool one.
That's very funny.
All
I
right,
like that.
good. You ready for the next one? This one's
Alrighty.
an easy one. This one's an easy one.
Aggressive mining.
There's no clues for this one.
There's a painting that looks like this, no?
I'll give you a clue.
Yeah.
I will give you a clue now. It's a game.
It's a game.
Yep.
It's not Minecraft, is it?
It's
Oh,
Minecraft.
okay.
Look at that art. It's all blocky. See how? it's like all
Sure.
square?
But
Yeah.
okay, that's very interesting. I mean, it is very blocky. I'm looking
Yeah.
at it now. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
You don't like that one, do you?
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, like I don't.
It's fine.
Okay, if it was green and black, if it was
Yeah.
a green and black card, I think I would be like, okay, I get it a little bit
Yeah,
more.
I see.
Okay, interesting.
But yeah, aggressive mining, Minecraft.
Yeah. If like the name of the thing was like something craft, I think
All right.
it hit a little bit.
I like
harder.
that one.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Ravages of War. This is the.
it's specifically the Fallout collector booster.
I don't actually
edition.
know what this is a reference to. No idea.
I'll give you one clue.
Yeah.
It's a movie. It's a movie reference.
It's a movie reference.
Yeah. It's from the ending of a very, very famous movie.
Is it like an old movie or
It's old.
20 years old?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's older. I'm pretty sure it's older than that.
No,
It's
I don't think I would have it.
Planet of the Apes. Have you watched Planet of the Apes?
Maybe a long time ago.
At the ending of the film, I forgot the characters' names, but him and his partner, whoever it is, I don't remember now. They are like on a horse along the beach, and they get off, and they see the Statue of Liberty, and that's what the replacement is of like the Pip Boy.
Oh, okay.
And he like gets on his hands and knees and has like this like really like
Like-
dramatic monologue about like it was here the whole time, or it was the nature of man, or whatever it was. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I saw that card. I saw someone crack it at Pog, and I was
And
like,
you're like,
oh,
that's what it
that.
references to?
Yeah.
Did
and-
you confirm that that's what it was? Or
Well, it has
looks-
to be.
it looks like
it's
it,
like
yeah.
it's identical.
Okay.
They've even got like I'm pretty sure there's like a horse on it
as well?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
So
there
yeah,
you
it's
go.
really identical. I thought
It does
that
have a
was
horse in
really
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. It's like
And
it's like,
it is like a female bot as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
There you
and
go,
he's
that's
like
cool.
on his hands and knees on the on
Yeah,
the
and
sand.
there's like a Statue of Liberty caricature of the Pip Boy.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
I thought that one was really cool.
Alrighty, nice. Is there another one? Or?
Yeah, there's a few more. These ones you
Or keep it
probably know
recommended.
about.
Yeah, this one is from your YouTube.
I've
So
got
you
a few
can
videos about
link
these
that
ones.
one. How does it work? Like up in the right hand corner. Sometimes you can
I don't know where we're
link
gonna
it.
put this
I know.
one. Might just follow us around.
Put it away. He's just like just change the location. But this is from Akira.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Is it the back side that's the Akira one? Or
Both sides of the card
Both
have
side.
it. So the Nezumi Road Captain, which is the flip side, also
Yeah.
has like a close-up version of the
like the
jacket.
bike, right? Yeah.
But yeah,
And
perfectly,
the jacket.
perfect flavor for the set.
Yeah. If you want to learn more, there's a video on it.
Yeah, Akira was one of like the first like visual representations of like what cyberpunk is.
Yeah.
So like there was a lot of like text at the time.
There's a
but
lot of
not-
like
not really much film.
material, but not like graphic. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And yeah, it was set in It was set in 2019. The movie. It was set in 2019. And Blade Runner was also set in 2019, which
Was
I
it?
thought, the original Blade Runner. So I thought that
Oh,
was
there
really
you
interesting.
go.
That somehow that was just like the year that the world would be different. But yeah.
I think you always see like it's 2020 and the cars are flying, and
Yeah,
then now
exactly.
it's like 2020 and we can barely pay our rent.
Yeah,
You know, like
2019 was 5 years ago though. Like it feels like the past, but in all ways
does.
takes the future, right?
yeah. Do you think Okiba in any way is like a nod to Akira, or just be a coincidence maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just remember someone was really not happy in the comments of my video because I pronounced it really poorly.
How do you say it?
I said Akiba or Okiba. I think I said.
Okiba.
Yeah.
That's a very Gaijin way to pronounce
Yeah.
it.
And someone in the comments was like, "Oh, like as someone who can speak both languages,
Yeah.
this is not good." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah. Well, thank you for saying that. Let's
Yeah.
move on. You know, like,
Great card though.
It's
Great card,
it's
though.
actually great.
in limited.
It's black. It's a
Awesome
single black.
card. Awesome card.
Yeah.
And
The value.
it flips to like I think it's a 2/2 with menace and vehicles. It has something with
Something to do with vehicles because
or
it's a
that,
pilot.
Yeah.
Like it's a
But yeah, that's a good one.
Nice. This one I remember, like when your video came up about
Yeah.
River Tears Ascendancy.
Yeah.
That was really good. I really, really enjoyed your deep dive into that.
Yeah, I think this is a really interesting one because like I love photography. I
Yeah.
like to call myself a photographer still.
You're a
and-
photographer. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I just don't have any work. It was a reference to a really famous photo in American
Yep.
history as well
Yep.
called Lunch Atop a Skyscraper.
Yeah.
And like when I planned to do the video, I was like, oh yeah, it's just a cool reference. I'll talk about the comparison to the art, whatever. And then I like learned a lot more about the photo and how the photo was staged and how it was
Because that's just
actually-
like not a normal photo, you know? Like,
Yeah,
people
but-
don't actually eat lunch like.
But you look at it, it's black and white, it's all grungy, they're building in New York, and it's like, oh yeah, look how bad the safety precautions were,
Yeah.
or like look how much they just didn't care, or that they sacrificed or whatever. And like I think like a lot of American culture really looked up to their photo as like the pride to blue collar workers. And like, yeah, look at the sacrifice they made, look at the risk they made. But in fact, it was a post photo.
Yeah, of course it
of
was. Yeah.
what was mostly Irish immigrants building America.
Yeah.
At the time, and I thought that was really cool. And the reason they even like the motives behind even taking the photo was to make people laugh, because at the time of the Great Depression,
It was the
when
Great Depression
announced, it was like at the time that was when like the American dream was also becoming really popularized, which was about a year before the photo was taken. So all this is really new, and then this photo gets published. I'm like, yeah, we'll make families laugh, we'll make them happy, and then yeah, it became really popular for like so many different reasons. And then it turns out it was just like a stunt for the Rockefeller Center.
Yeah. It's a bit sad, but like you can tell it's so iconic. And as soon as you see River Tears Ascendancy, you're like, even if you're not familiar with the photo, you're like, that looks like something I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's obviously directly a nod, you know, to that. That one's cool.
And I'm fairly confident that card is the only card that has a reference to a famous photo in all of Magic the Gathering. I couldn't find another one. I went through
Because art is
so
a
much.
lot.
There's heaps
Pop
of art.
culture.
a famous photo.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the only one. And if someone has another one, that'd be great, because then I can make another video.
Yeah, well, tell us in the comments below, because that'd be really cool. Yeah, next. This is your first. This was your first video.
This is a good one.
Night Shift of the Living Dead. This was
Yeah.
the inaugural Casa MTG
Yes,
one.
it was.
Yep.
It's a reference to Night of the Living Dead,
Yeah.
which is a very popular zombie film.
Old zombie film. Yeah.
Yeah, at the time. I don't believe it was the first zombie film, because I remember someone corrected me once, but
When
it
was-
was one of the first.
I think it was one of the big ones, maybe.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
Yeah.
And it's really like zombies weren't like a thing at the time. Like zombies didn't exist.
'Cause
They were called ghouls. So or like the undead, but like zombies as like a motif didn't
Right.
exist in film, except for like. And at the time when they did, they were like Frankenstein. Like Frankenstein's a zombie. right?
But
But he's
when-
not
but-
really.
If you say Frankenstein, you say zombie because that's a stitched, right?
Yeah.
And like zombies are reincarnated. That's like
But-
Jason Gerald doing different
Exactly,
things.
right? But
Yeah.
you wouldn't classify it. And at the time, it was very like, whoa, this is scary. Like, what if this happens? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
When was I'm putting you in the spot? When was Night of the Living Dead released? Do you remember?
I think it was 50s. I'm
Oh,
gonna
really?
say
That
50s.
old?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know.
It was
much
50s or
about it,
60s. I'm going to probably say 50s.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was 50s or 60s. And yeah, it was very popular at the time.
Mm.
And now, because it's fallen out of the Creative Commons, like you can watch the whole movie on YouTube. There's so many old
really?
horror
It's-
films
it's
you can just watch on YouTube.
Because it's just like licensed.
yeah, they're
it's
free now.
open now.
Yeah, they're outside of
Yeah,
Creative
that's
Commons.
cool. Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, that was a really good one. And I don't know if it's really a direct tie-in, but the name
Yeah.
is very close at least.
Oh, I mean, it's got zombies. It's making zombies.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Um,
it's pretty obvious.
But yeah, cool card. Cool card.
yeah. I mean, like it goes into your house, Mr. House.
Oh
deck,
yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
Mr.
sure.
House. It's not a very
Yeah.
good card, but it
No,
goes in there.
it's cool though.
It
Yeah.
has to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there more?
Yeah,
The
there's
next one.
the next one. There's two. So
There's two,
there's
okay.
either a partner pair that came
Oh,
out
this
in
this one's
OTJ.
very obvious. So it's
Yeah.
Cunning Coyote and Razilla Ronan. It's meep. It's
Yeah. Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Coyote
Wile E. Coyote.
and the Roadrunner. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that it's got protection from coyotes. It's just like
It's
barely
really good.
relevant, but like
And
it's
they're good cards too.
very good cards.
Yeah.
Very good cards. I played Cunning Coyote a lot in OTG draft.
Yeah, it's
I
really
lost
good.
draft. Yeah, a perfect set for it as well because it's a Wild West
Yeah,
set.
exactly.
There is also a Acme like dynamite in the set.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see
yeah.
that?
I've
There's
seen
like a
it,
thing,
yeah.
a boombox or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
boombox.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yep.
Yeah.
Rogues Gallery.
Yeah, this one isn't a direct. I don't think is a direct reference.
Yeah.
But the art plays a very similar resemblance to a movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not.
It's a crime film.
Oh, then I don't know.
It's got Kevin Spacey in it. That's how I remember
Nah,
it.
not.
The Usual Suspects.
Oh, okay, sure.
Very
sure.
popular at
Not-
the time
yeah,
because it has a big twist at the end of the film.
sure.
But
But was like a promo like photo of it like that?
the most famous, probably one of the most famous scenes in the movie is like them on the on like taking like their mug shots or
Yeah.
whatever it is on the back of the board. And there's also another scene in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where they do the same thing.
Oh,
But yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, it always every time I see that card, it reminded me of The Usual Suspects.
Okay,
I don't
sure.
know if it's a direct reference, but I thought it was cool.
yeah, nice.
There's one more.
Rampart Grove. I think I know
This
this
one's
one.
a very, very, very common one.
Yeah, Hokusai, right? It's the Hokusai wave,
Yeah, the
which is
Great
a
Wave.
incredible piece of art
Yeah.
by I can't remember who it is, but Hokusai. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very common. I think a lot of people know about that one.
I didn't even know about. I mean, like now that I look at it, I can't really not see it, but I
Yeah.
didn't know about it until our friend Kira, I think, maybe mentioned that a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So I didn't know about it then. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but-
maybe you're finding out about it now. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the pop culture references I had
Yeah.
today.
I got most of them. The Minecraft one, I needed a little bit of prodding, I think.
I like the Minecraft one. I think it's
yeah.
cool.
But it didn't click straight away.
Yeah.
Again, I think if it was a Golgari kind of like Minecraft, baby.
yeah.
Nice. Is there more pictures? Because
I have more
of the-
pictures.
Yep. It's a different.
I've also got
heading
other
there.
cards.
Yeah.
They don't have direct references towards any sort of like pop culture stuff.
But they're
or
like
sort of other references.
self-referential.
But yeah, they're just cool cards.
Yeah.
Or like they've got like a cool reference to another card or
Yeah.
whatever.
So I'll go to it.
Yeah, you
now?
can go through them now.
Go through them now. Alrighty. Now here's is Make a Wish,
Yes.
which is return 2 cards of random from your graveyard to your hand. I think I know what the next one is because
Yeah,
we talked
there's a-
about it
there's a
before.
partner card,
but
yeah.
because I didn't see this one when it first came out, but I did play with Grapple of the Past, which came out in
It was the one where the Eldrazi went to the moon, right?
Eldritch Moon.
Yeah.
So I did play with this, and then when I saw Make a Wish for the first time, like it really looks like something that I used to know.
Yeah.
But actually, Grapple of the Past is based on the old one, and
Yeah. I think that's really cool.
and in the art, she's holding
The teddy bear.
the teddy bear, and the teddy bear's what's
Yeah.
being grabbed. So there you go.
I thought
Excuse
that
me.
was really cool.
That's a cool one. It's also Grapple of the Past, and it's a past card.
Yeah.
That's very cool. We like that. Krenko's Command.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you told me about this
I
one.
love this
You
one.
can talk about it.
I tell everyone
You
this
can talk
one
about it.
because like everyone knows about the Goblins deck. Everyone knows about Krenko Mob Boss, and I'll pop it up here. But Krenko Mob Boss, very, very popular card.
Very
Like, I think it's
popular.
in the top like 20 commanders or like maybe top 15 on EDH Rec. It's really high.
Oh, like
on EDH Rec.
all commanders.
Yeah,
Not
like
just red.
most decks. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
shit.
really,
Okay.
really
Yeah.
high. It's top
Yeah, right.
20 or something, right? But in the Krenko mob boss artwork, which I'll make bigger, there's two little goblins at the back.
Yeah.
They're just hanging out. Krenko's command are the two goblins.
So which came first? Was it command or was it
I don't know.
goblin?
I'm
Yeah.
assuming mob boss.
I
I'm
would say
assuming
mob boss
Krenko
because mob boss is fairly old, isn't he? Yeah.
But I think it's awesome. That
It's
they
definitely very
made
cute.
like what was such like a small part of one card, like a full like
Yeah.
art. Like it's so
It's
cool.
the same exact pose and
Yeah, it's
everything.
everything.
Like the
Um,
settings the same, colors are the same.
You can perfectly lap the Krenko's
Really?
command on top, and you can see it.
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
That's very cool. I like that. That's a cool one. Cruel Sadist.
I think this is the last one I have. Cruel
Yeah.
Sadist. So back when Wizards got other people to design cards for them sometimes, like I remember I was looking into it, they got Waste Not. Waste Not was designed by
Yeah.
the community.
I think so. Yeah, I
and
think I
the
remember
original
that,
printing
yeah.
of the cards is designed by the Magic Gathering community or something.
Oh, I'm sad they didn't put that in.
Cruel Sadist is designed by Seth. What does it say?
Edmund McMillan.
Edmund McMillan, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So Edmund McMillan designed Binding of Isaac, which is a really, really popular game. I love Binding of Isaac. Like,
okay.
I have like 500 hours in that game.
That's crazy. That's a lot of hours in the
But
game. Yeah.
he designed that card because he
Oh.
loved Magic the Gathering. And there are references to Magic the Gathering in the game as well.
Oh, really?
So that was his card.
Oh, that's right. What did they like? What's he like? Invited him to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
and
and he
design a
fully
card?
designed it.
That's cool. Of course, it's a black card.
Yeah, of
Paying
course.
live as a sadist, which
Yeah.
is a very That's very cool. Yeah,
I'm
there you
pretty
go.
sure that's it.
Yeah, that's it
Any
for
more?
you.
Yeah.
I've got a couple. I've got two cards. Literally a couple. Hand this back to you.
Thank
So
you.
if you want to bring that up, do you have that on your iPad?
Yeah, I'll grade it up now.
But I've only got two cards because I'm not super cool like Casa over here. But there are two cards that I thought were quite interesting. Not as interesting as Hokusai Wave or anything, but one of them is Stallion of Ashmouth. Now, do you have the picture? Are you looking at the picture?
Yeah.
We'll put it up here. Does anything look? Just look at the art. Like we're not even caring about the text box, right? Does anything sort of stand out to you in the art? I'll give you like 5 seconds and I'll sort of.
It's got another leg.
Exactly. It's got 5 legs.
Hey.
Okay. This set was Shadows of an Innistrad, so we didn't know what was coming next. The Eldrazi influence was spoiled in this one card alone.
So, it's corrupted by.
It's corrupted by like the Eldrazi
Oh,
influence.
I can see the front legs. Yeah, it makes
Yes.
sense. It's like coming out like differently. Yeah, I see it.
It's got 3 legs. So that was the only card that spoiled it, and there was a couple of like clue cards which I didn't really put here, but you can pop them up if you like.
Yeah.
In different languages, they all said the same thing. They said, "Remember, they came as 3." So
That's
2
cool.
of them were sealed in Zendikar before, and then Eldrazi came the next set in the form of Emrakul. So yeah, I thought that's very cool.
That's really cool.
The last one is just an island in Ixalan, which is pretty unassuming. But if you kind of zoom in
that a
like
guy?
in the 4th quadrant, it's Jace Beleren. It's Jace Beleren. He got washed up and he had amnesia, and that's depicting when he got
He's so small.
that's just him on the island.
That's
because he-
really cool.
Yeah, and the whole sort of plot of the first Ixalan was he escaped Bolas,
Yeah.
had amnesia, and then he became a pirate. There's like a card of him as a pirate, and like he's just like without his cowl and just like buff.
And now
he
he's
falls
going to
into-
be an order in Bloomburrow.
He's good. Yeah, Otter? No, that's Ral Zarek. He's a fox. He's a
Fox.
cunning fox. Yeah. Yeah, so like
That's cool.
that's really it. Again, not as cool as yours, but like there's so many like fun little
Or so many.
nods to everything, whether they're in universe in Magic the Gathering like Krenko, or like out universe like Okiba, whatever it's called, Reckoner Raid, or like Grave Bramble Punches and Zombies. There's so
Yeah.
many little nods. One of my favorites, which I just thought about again, is I'm not gonna say it in Japanese, but it's you already dead.
What is it? What is it reference to?
So it is. I'm so sorry if you speak Japanese. It's Omae wa mo shinderu.
Oh, yeah. I
It's
heard
you
that
already
before,
dead, and they
yeah.
made that into a card, and the effect is destroy target creature that's already taken damage, like already has
yeah,
damage on it.
that's
Draw
cool.
a card. So like just things like that, and it came out in the Neon Kamigawa set.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Perfect. So you'll pop that up here. But there's just so much things about Magic that you can sort of like get into, and there's so much universes beyond, which is cool too. But when they're like subtle little nods, like Wile E. Coyote and stuff, like that's like
Yeah, it's cool.
it just makes you smile. You know, and that's what Magic's all about.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. Hopefully you got to able to see a lot of like cards during this episode. But if there's any cool, you know, little nods to in-game Magic outside of the world of Magic, like popular culture, let us know in the comments if we've missed any that you really you know, enjoyed. But thank you to Rex Studios for hosting us once again. Thank you so much to Casa. Definitely follow his YouTube because you're gonna produce more videos for us now. You teach us all that stuff.
When I have time.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Definitely check out Nigel's stuff as well. Check out Ruby's.
Ruby.
Ruby's still in Europe when we're recording this. So,
Yeah.
I'm filling her seat for now. So yeah.
which is very good. I think very like everyone's got like different specialties, and this is definitely one of yours. Cozy Magic podcast and everything. Tell us all about cool pop culture references that you like, and we will see you next time. Pop culture, girly pop.